Hello, this is Lucera with Bocheval Whispers. Bocheval Whispers are sights, sounds, thoughts, sensations that I share with you from the presence of horses. I'm here with a horse I'm so fond of. I know I say that all the time, but it's because different parts of their personalities, and sometimes just their whole personalities in general, touch me. And I'm with a horse called Macaroni. His nickname is Roni. And Roni loves to explore his sense of smell as he comes to the microphone. So we do lots of fun things together, getting him to smell things that are interesting to him or to look at things that are interesting to him. So he makes me laugh so much, this horse, this soul. And I thought having his presence today, however he would like to be with us in support, would be perfect, because I thought this recording could talk about the foundations of supporting our nervous system. And the foundations to support our nervous system is to begin from a place of comfort. And so my invitation for you in this moment as you're listening is to find a place, a spot that you can go to, or maybe it's where you are already, and just get as comfortable in your body as your body would like to be. I'm going to stand here in this corner for now, and I'm leaning against the fence because it feels nice to have my shoulder against the tall wooden fence. Roni is right next to me. He wants me to he wants me to scratch his neck. So normally when I come to see him, we just spend time in each other's presence, and then usually I offer him scratches because he loves to be scratched, and so he knows that's the deal, and he's coming over and asking for that. But back to where you are, find a place that feels really comforting. And it could be you seated, it could be you lying down, maybe your legs want to be crossed, maybe they want to be open, up against a wall. I'm against the fence and I've got my arm out, and it just feels very relaxing. And as I look over at Roni, he's licking and chewing with his head down and seems quite relaxed as well. And so when we talk about moving through things like stress or difficult emotions for our nervous system, what we want to do and what we do in these somatic sessions, whether we're with the horses or online, is we start getting used to what it feels like to move through things, not to just plow through them, things that are difficult to deal with. But before we even do that, we need to have that foundation where our body feels comfortable and safe. And so finding that position that you can be in this moment. It could be walking around, as I'm choosing to do now. My body wants to walk around, and Roni's walking around with me. Where does comfort want to be in your body? And what does it feel like? And so we're going to go through just a moment of noticing what it's like to settle into comfort. Because once we start to feel what that is, from there we can go into, oh, what's that difficult thing that I want to address? But nothing healthy can happen if our body doesn't feel safe and comfortable. And so I'm going to go through the 5 senses where I am right now and invite you along with me to explore comfort and curiosity along with me. So take a moment to get settled into what feels comfortable. And notice if your body has a response to that. You may yawn, maybe you want to stretch out your arms, maybe there's still a small adjustment that you want to make. It's really interesting because Roni is away from me, but his head is so low and relaxed. So let's start with what we can see. And I invite you to look around you, all around you, and find the thing that your eyes are most comforted by. Like, where do your eyes want to rest? They might want to rest closed, and that's fine too. I'm looking around, and over here in Brewster, New York, the leaves are, I'd say, midway through falling. It's the season of autumn. And there's a tree right in front of me that is flaming yellow. And it's blowing in the wind, sort of dancing against the blue, blue, blue sky that has a few clouds that are passing by very, very slowly. And it just feels good to look at. And as your eyes find that space where they want to rest, see if you can go a little bit deeper. I'm looking at the tree and I'm watching it dancing, and I'm noticing that I feel a smile on my face because there's something about the fluttering that just feels very playful. And there's a horse next to me to my right, Charisma, who seems to be napping. Notice how it feels to have that goodness come into your eyes and for your eyes to meet that feeling of comfort. And if your eyes want to adjust to something else, that is perfectly fine too. And I left a moment because I was just going to speak about sounds. And as you might have picked up, there are quite a few sounds that are around me at the moment. Roni is now resting his leg almost like in a very relaxed yeah, his leg is very relaxed. And so taking in the sounds around you, taking in the sounds from this recording, what sound are you most intrigued by that's around you in this moment? And see what it feels like in your body to adjust to that sound. So what sound are you enjoying that you would like to feel closer to you, enjoy in the sense of enjoyment? I do promise I don't do this on cue. I did enjoy that sound. You know, Roni's very relaxed next to me and I feel very relaxed next to him, and it is so interesting how our nervous systems, his, mine, yours, find a sense of relaxation when we settle into where our nervous system wants to be. What does it want to listen to? And smell. See if you can take in a smell right now that feels good to you. Gonna take in Roni. He's asking me, are you gonna scratch me or are you just gonna smell me? But that smell could be, if you're outside and somewhere where you feel it's appropriate, you could just put your nose in the ground and smell the soil, or pick up some soil and smell it. And if you don't notice any smells that are around you, maybe just breathe in and imagine a smell that feels so good to you, one of your favorite scents. And notice if your body shifts just by the thought of a smell that you are drawn towards. All of these are cues that our body is saying, I'm comfortable, I'm safe, and they are the foundations for when we start moving and moving through emotions that could be more difficult. But if we don't have that sense of safety, comfort, curiosity, trust, makes it very hard for those layers to be moved through in a healthy way. So what we're doing now is just exploring in this moment what feels good to our bodies through our senses. And we can go towards touch. So I'm against this wooden fence and I'm enjoying running my hand across the ripples of the wood. Touch could also be the sense of what you are lying on or sitting on or leaning on. I have the fence underneath my left armpit and it just feels very comfortable. And Charisma across from me is still napping. As is Roni a little bit. That sense of touch, see if there are ways that you can explore it with more appreciation, in the sense of what would feel better. If you go deeper into the seat, lie more into the bed. In my case, I'm leaning much more into the fence. And if your mind wanders, it's absolutely fine. Just focus on the sensation of feeling more comfort through touch and movement in your body to settle into where it would like to be. Hi, Roni. And lastly, Roni is smelling my feet, and he loves smells. And lastly, Roni, should we talk about taste? Taste doesn't have to be something that you are necessarily putting into your mouth right now, but it can just be the exploration of maybe swirling your tongue around your mouth, or maybe you have something close to you, a drink of water, some tea, and taking a moment to sip and taste. In this moment, I don't have any of those things, but taste for me is going to just be opening my mouth for a few moments and seeing if I notice any difference for my body. I'm actually thinking of there are two men doing some work at the front of the farm, and they didn't want to go away for lunch, so they brought their own mini grills and they were making burgers and hot dogs. And they were so generous, they offered us, would you like a burger? I thought they were joking, but they did actually have burgers in the grill. And I think of that taste right now, and it's one of my favorites. So it's, as I'm saying that, Roni is literally in front of me licking his lips. I'll see if I can get audio. No. I think you can hear that slightly. So we'll do more of these in the months coming up, but I think this is just a time to start to notice where comfort is in your body and what movements your body wants to have following one of those five senses. You don't have to go through them all. Sometimes smell is easier, sometimes touch is easier, sometimes sight is easier. And just take a moment the next time that you're exploring something with your eyes or your ears to find the thing that you are the most enjoying in that moment, and to go a little bit deeper into just enjoying it. And this begins to signal to your nervous system how it can find safety by choice. And as we start to explore in the coming months emotions that may not be easy, we will always come back to where is there comfort in the body. And so I, along with Roni, invite you to be curious and to have fun exploring where your nervous system finds joy and comfort. Until next time.